Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to my subscribers live stream. It's Saturday night here in the UK, and our local time is 7:52 p.m., which is the GMT or Greenwich Mean Time. Once again, I'm about to start the lesson with my subscribers who will be joining me soon. And dear viewers, if you remember that this live stream is basically only for the subscribers, and if you're interested to learn with me, you're more than welcome. What you have to do, you have to just visit my account and sign up from there. So what do you get in return? So in return, you're going to get 8 1-hour lessons in a month, and you'll have the opportunity to talk to me, come to the audio or video chatting, read with me, practice with me, ask me any question. We can have fun, we can have good time, and we can have good interactions. We have to bear in mind that in the English language is second language in many cases. For me, it's second languages, and many of you it may be third or fourth language. And honestly, you guys and ladies are amazing because you're learning English and taking it to the next level, which is really amazing. Okay, so let's wait until my subscribers are here. I believe that it will be another entertaining lesson today for them as well as for me. All right, so I don't know, the light is a bit okay. Now it's better than before. So dear viewers, thanks for joining. So I have to wait a while until my subscribers are here, so I'll be back just in a moment. So all right guys, let me share what we're going to learn and through these lessons for every month. And there is a brief outline which I created earlier. Let me see if it's still there or not. So these are the class outlines, it should be. Okay. So if you remember, I've got lessons all over the week, Monday to Sunday. 3 lessons are in the morning UK time, and 3 lessons are at night. So IELTS lessons are mainly on Saturdays and Sundays. English practice, which is now, is Fridays and Saturdays. So it is Fridays and Saturdays. Then monthly live stream, which is Wednesday and Thursday morning AM. The grammar and phonetics practice in that's in PM. And spoken English and phonetics again, PM. And speaking English and phonetics again, AM. So these are the 6 classes that I conduct every week, and if you're interested to join any of them, you are welcome. What you have to do once again, you have to visit my account, and if you find that my lessons are helpful or maybe beneficial for you, possibly you may consider joining any of my lessons. So there are 8 classes for every lesson, as I mentioned earlier, and each of the class has 1 hour duration. And what we like to learn: reading paragraphs and identifying as well as practicing grammar patterns. Okay, then reading along with sounds, basic phonetics practice. Hey, Professor Brahim is here. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, Professor.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. Teacher RahatAli.
How, how are you doing today?
I am well. I am going well.
Is Miriam talking beside you?
Now تمرغت.
Tamarad, okay. Hello,
Okay.
Tamarad.
She tried to do her homework.
Oh, that's great. Did you help her?
Yes, it's
Okay.
my it's my duty to help them because I remember when I was a child, my parents don't help me. I try to. My uncle helped me, but I know that if you have someone near you to help you, it's something very interesting too, because he helped to understand easily things like mathematics, reading, writing. It helps a lot.
That's right. You are an amazing father, amazing professor. That's really cool. And honestly, for every child, a father or mother is their ideal role.
Yes.
So whatever you teach them, they will be taught and they will follow it, and they'll definitely understand right, wrong, good or bad, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
and I remember my grandfather, although he is not in school before, but he said to us, me and my brothers, listen, if you don't study hard, you will you will you will be in the future, you will regret in the future. Now I will say that we have to work hard and smart, because there is some people that can work hard but without any result. We have to work hard and smart.
okay, that's great. So, how was your day, Saturday?
Saturday, since it's Saturday, I return after the Salat al-Subh to sleep a while. After that, I get our breakfast together. I helped my son to do some his homework, my daughter Mariam and Tamarit. After having lunch, we go out for a while to shop something, for because winter is close and they need some clothes of winter.
Okay, so during the winter, does the price go up? Winter clothes?
No, but each winter you have to buy a new winter cloth. In the summer you have to buy your summer clothes, and
Mm-hmm.
it means that the price down or grow. But if you need something, you buy it. If you don't need it, although the price goes down, you didn't if you don't need it, there is no reason to buy it.
Okay, someone has just subscribed. Can you see the person?
No, unfortunately I say some icon.
Oh, Dr. Indaminas.
Ah,
Great. Let me bring him. He's an amazing doctor who is going to be in the UK, but basically he's a Canadian citizen. Hello and welcome.
Hello, teacher. How's it going?
I'm doing great, thank you. Meet Professor Brahim, Dr. Indominas. He is a professor from Morocco.
Okay, that's great. Hello, professor.
hi, doctor. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Okay, it's my pleasure to meet you on this live stream of teacher RahatAli, and I'd like to share together a enjoyable moment and to understand from all of you, teacher RahatAli and doctor.
Okay.
Sure.
Ravener is here.
Okay, I'm bringing him. Hello, Drivina.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, teacher Rahat. Hello, Professor Brahim. Hello,
We have
the
gotten,
Indominus,
his name is Dr. Mash.
Dr.
Dr.
Mash.
Mash. Dr. Mash, would you like to introduce yourself to the rest of the people? Or is,
Absolutely. So, okay. So my name is Mash, and I'm a doctor by profession, and I am natively from Sri Lanka, but I do live in Canada for the past couple of years right now.
Okay, nice to
Great.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
what's the specialty, Dr. Mash? I forgot to ask you.
I'm an intensivist and intensive care physician.
Okay, so you see ICU physician. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so meet Drivena, who is from. Okay, you would like to introduce yourself, Drivena, please? Sorry.
Yeah, yes. Uh, I'm Drivner, but my real name is Oleg, and I'm in Ukraine. I live in Ukraine, and I'm a guitar teacher. That's
That's
it.
and now, Professor Brahim, would you like to tell a little bit more about yourself?
Sure, teacher Hatali, with pleasure. I am Brahim from Morocco. I am a student at the Hallo University, professor in real life. I teach in computer science department at the University of Mulay Ismail, Meknes City.
And also, you're a PhD supervisor. How many students have you got? You like to share? These are your achievements, Professor Brahim.
I have already supervised, I think, five PhD that have their PhD. They are now professor at the university, and I have now under my supervision five also students preparing their PhD about, for example, how to extract information from image processing, from signal processing, and using some automatic or machine learning algorithms. That's it.
Okay. By the way, Dr. Mash, for Professor Brahim, I think English is your fourth language, right?
Right, teacher Hatali. My first
Wow.
language or mother language is Tamazight. In Morocco, there is two official language, Tamazight and Arabic. I learned Arabic from school. I learned French from school in elementary to high school to the university. But when I learned English in the high school. But since I went to the university, my English slept until I subscribed to a PhD project. At that time, I need English to read, to write, to expose, to present in conference. From that, I say to myself, I need to invest a lot of energy in learning English. From that time, I try my best. I see and I know that I have a strong action, but I try my best to speak, to talk, to read, to write, and it's very challenging for me because to switch from French to English is not easy.
Yeah.
Right. Dr. Mash.
Yes, teacher.
Thanks for subscribing and for the donation for this morning. That's really, I'm grateful. It's
Yeah,
really pleasure to get you. And by the way, Professor Brahim and Drivena, Dr. Mesh is another IELTS coach, right? He has completed your CELTA and you have completed your Delta as well, right?
yes, teacher.
That's great. So, are you planning to start any teaching anywhere from online?
Well, I do teach. I mean, I started my teaching career 5 years ago as an IELTS coach from IELTSdaily.com. I think you're familiar with the website, and there's a YouTube channel too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my teaching there, and it expanded from one ABC Learning English.com too. And yeah, those are the two platforms which I do my IELTS teaching. And I am an OET examiner who is examining students online from United Arab Emirates.
Oh, that's really great. I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing all this information. And Drivena and Professor Brahim, OET stands for Occupational English Test, which is needed for, is it only for medical healthcare professions, Dr. Mesh?
Yes, most of the medical, especially like doctors, nurses, and pharmacists.
Okay. So OET is also acceptable for the 14th different healthcare professions in the UK. So that is really an alternative sometimes for the IELTS exam for those people who need to register in their relevant profession. But I've got a question here. Is it difficult, OAT or the IELTS exam? If you compare, which one is easier?
Well, I would say almost all the three modules are pretty similar, but when it comes to speaking, OET is more practical bias. Like your examiner will act like the patient, and you being a medical graduate, you have to be the doctor there. So it's going to be quite a bit tricky, and almost all your English skills, along with pronunciation and your fluency and coherence, lexical resource, and your grammatical range and accuracy, will be evaluated. In addition, there will be your diagnosis skill, your treatment procedure, and your advanced pharmacology will be in addition will evaluate it as well. So it's quite a bit tricky and a little bit difficult than IELTS speaking.
Okay, that's really cool. We've got Flourish. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hello, Flourish.
Hello, teacher. Hello, teacher Rahat. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all again.
Flourish, meet Dr. Mash, who is a Canadian citizen and also an
Oh,
IELTS and OET coach.
wow. Nice to meet you, Doctor. Dr. Mash. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the name.
Nice to meet you
Nice to
too.
meet you.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was really great meeting you too.
It's really great to meet you.
Teacher Johnny is here. Wow. Teacher Johnny, if you're free, please do join.
Hello, teacher John. Hi,
Okay.
Sir Ibrahim and Sir Drivener
I flourish.
Hi, Flourish.
again.
Okay, possibly teacher Johnny might be busy. I just got kicked out.
Just get out.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to bring you once again. Okay, she'll join in a moment. That's great. Okay. If you remember, Dr. Mash, welcome. This lesson was incorporated by teacher Johnny and me both together. So we are bringing passages for reading, and from there we explain sounds, grammars, phrasal verbs, intonations, and other related information.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and we were reading O. Henry's one of the famous stories, Sophie's Choice, right? Drivena?
Yeah.
It was chosen by Drivena. It is very
That's
amazing and fantastic story. We all,
yeah.
laughed a lot. So shall we continue? We finished half of yesterday, and maybe we'll start from Flourish today because she's here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you for giving me
Um,
the first opportunity.
you're very welcome. By the if you have any more suggestion, you can always send me in the subscriber chat because Drivener has today brought another tiny passage from Facebook, which is really amazing. I find it very interesting as well.
Okay. It's exciting.
It is
Yeah.
exciting. Okay. So if you remember up to this page, right? We read the who did there, yeah? Professor Brahim, is it your daughter talking?
Yes.
All right, that's great. All right, so we read up to this part, and then the policeman
Began
ran
to
after him.
cross.
Soapy watched for a minute, then he walked away. No luck again. He began to feel cross,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And
Okay, and Dr. Mash, welcome. So after Flourish, we'll give opportunity to Dr. Mash to read. Okay, you guys are
Yes, I
already read once.
Yeah.
So,
uh-huh,
uh, Flourish, please carry on reading from here, but on the opposite side of the road.
on the opposite side of the road. Okay. But on the opposite side of the road, he saw a little restaurant. Ah, that will be all right, he thought, and he went in. This time, nobody looked at his trousers and his shoes. He enjoyed his meal, and then he looked up at the waiter, smiled, and said, I haven't got any money, you know. Now call the police. And do it quickly. I'm tired. No police for you, the waiter answered. Hey, Joe. Another waiter came, and together they threw Soapy out into the cold street. Soapy lay there very angry. With difficulty, he stood up. His nice warm prison was still far away, and Soapy was very unhappy. He felt worse because the policeman, who was standing near, laughed and walked away.
Okay,
No
uh,
luck.
no luck. Eh?
Mm,
All right. Okay. So let me see how many pages more. Still a lot more. Okay, carry on reading one more page, then from here, Soapy moved on.
Soapy moved on, but he walked for a long time before he tried again. This time it looked easy. A nice young woman was standing in front of a shop window. Not very far away, there was also a policeman. Soapy moved nearer to the young woman. He saw that the policeman was watching him. Then he said to the young woman with a smile, Why don't you come with me, my dear? I can give you a good time. The young woman moved away a little and looked more carefully into the shop window. Soapy looked at the policeman. Yes, he was still watching. Then he spoke to the young woman again. In a minute, she would call the police. Soapy could almost see the prison
Doors.
doors. In
Mm-hmm.
a minute, she would call the policeman. Soapy could almost see the prison doors. Suddenly, the young woman took hold of his arm. Okay, she said happily. If you buy me a drink, let's go before the policeman sees us. And poor Soapy walked away with the young woman, who still held onto his arm. He was very unhappy.
Okay,
At the
Doctor.
next, yeah,
Hang on a second, Doctor. Got a call. Okay, that's fine. He'll be joining us soon. That's really interesting story, you know. Teacher Johnny, let me know when you're back. I think Teacher Johnny is here. Aha. Hello, Teacher Johnny.
hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh,
Hi,
hello,
driver.
teacher Johnny.
Hello, teacher
Yeah.
Johnny.
Hi, from, is it Braham or Brahim?
Brahim. Brahim.
Brahim. Brahim.
Brahim. Yes. Hi, teacher Johnny.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome. I'm good. It's been a busy day. I've been driving children many places.
Ah,
So, but I'm back. Okay. This is a good story. I read the whole thing. I thought you had done all of it already. So I thought I was behind. Now I'm ahead.
Thank you very much. So Flourish was reading. By the teacher Johnny, I got a new subscriber. His name is the Indominus is Dr. Mash. He's originally from Sri Lanka, but he's a Canadian citizen. He's a doctor by profession. He's also an IELTS coach and OET teacher in United Arab Emirates. So he's a really amazing person. He was here. He just got a call, possibly on call. He wrote, "I'm getting a call from the hospital. I'll be back."
I see that. So wait, where does he reside? The United States of the Emirates?
He's an OET teacher, you know, the occupational English test teacher for the United Arab Emirates zone.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Okay, but he lives in Canada, but at the moment I believe that he's in Sri Lanka, maybe because of the pandemic. And when these things are over, he's going back to Canada again. He's a Canadian citizen.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, Flourish, what happened? She just disappeared.
What happened? She gone.
Oh,
She's gone.
Flourish must be thirsty after reading this story. Okay, teacher Johnny, carry on listening. Now it is Drivenard's turn to read it. Okay.
Okay. Where should I start?
At the next corner.
Okay. At the next corner, he ran away from the woman. Suddenly, he was afraid. I'm never going to get to prison, he thought. Slowly, he walked on and came to a street with a lot of theaters. There were a lot of people there, rich people in their best clothes. Soapy had to do something to get to prison. He did not want to spend another night on his seat in Madison Square. What could he do? Then he saw a policeman near him, so he began to sing and shout and make a lot of noise.
Driver, did you ever try that? Sorry, I'm just out of curiosity.
No.
I'm a bit childish.
Yeah.
All right.
He was pretending that he is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This time they must send him to prison. But the policeman turned his back to Soapy and said to a man who was standing near, He's had too much to drink, but he's not dangerous. We'll leave him alone tonight.
Okay. So, teacher Johnny, what would be your advice for the sounds? Is it from here? Yeah? At the next corner.
You want me to read it?
No. Shall I ask now Professor Ibrahim to read it?
Sure. I thought Driver did very well. Driver paused when he should have paused. I could understand him very well. Theaters, with a lot of, the way that word is spelled, I was like, theaters, but with a lot of theaters. To a street with a lot of theaters. Yeah, he said that well too. It depends on where you live on how you would say that. So I thought it sounded fine. And then I think overall, Driver, I think you did a very good job overall.
Thank you. I live in Ukraine. Here we say theaters.
Theaters, right. Theaters. That's what I thought. I think that, do you say that in Britain too?
I understand. I'm joking.
Yeah.
I understood what you said.
Yeah, the theater. That's, if I want to sound fancy, I'm going to the theater. I will see you later.
Yes, teacher Johnny, we must say it non-rhotic in British English. Theater. Would you like to go to theater?
Would you like to go to the theater? That's if I was sounding fancy. Like whenever our children, it's not to make fun of anyone, but it's more like, I want to sound fancy today. Would you like to have some tea? I would like to go to the theater. So like we do the fun accent because it's fun, not to make fun of anyone, but just to make ourselves feel fancy, I guess. But no, so I understood that, and it's said that way in certain places. So I thought overall, I could hear like all of your words very nice and clear. So Dreibner, I thought you did really well.
Thank you. That's my favorite story. I have read this story maybe 20 times.
Ah, that's why.
Yeah. I'm not so cool as I'm pretending.
He has an advantage.
Okay, Flourish is back. Flourish.
Thank you, teacher,
While
for
you were
bringing me back.
when you were reading, was Teacher Johnny here?
I wasn't in. No, I think I came in right after she read.
All right. Okay. So if you just wait a couple of more minutes more, let's give the chance to Professor Brahim to read. Then we'll come back to you again. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, no problem, teacher.
All right. Professor Brahim, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave him alone tonight from here.
Okay. We leave him alone tonight. What was the matter with the police? Swappy was really unhappy now, but he stopped making a noise. How could he get to prison? The wind was cold, and he pulled his thin coat around him. But just then, inside a shop, he saw a man with an expensive umbrella. The man put his umbrella down near the door and took out a cigarette. Swappy went into the shop, picked up the umbrella, and slowly he began to talk away. The man came quickly after him. That's my umbrella, he said. Oh, isn't it? Swappy replied. Then why don't you call a policeman? I took it, and you say it's yours, your umbrella? Go on then. Call a policeman. Look, there is one on the corner. The umbrella man looked unhappy. Well, perhaps I have made a mistake. I took it from a restaurant this morning. If it's yours, well, I am very sorry.
Okay.
This poor Soapy.
All right. Okay. So if you like to give feedback to Professor Brahim, Teacher Johnny.
Poor Soapy. Okay, where did he start?
He start from the
From there.
we'll leave him alone tonight.
Tonight, yeah. What was the matter with the police? Well, first off, I want to say, Brahim, I could hear that you were taking your time to really make sure you said your words clearly. And so it was easier for me to understand you today. So good job. Good job. And then just a couple of words, like it could be the way I say them for like, so it'd be nice to know how Teacher Rahat says them. With the police, I say more like police versus police. Police.
It's same as your police.
With a schwa sound. So P-O makes that police.
Police.
Police, yeah. And then Soapy was, yeah, police. So what was the matter with the police? So you can try that sentence again.
What is it? What was the matter with the police?
Police.
Palace. What was the matter with the palace?
Oh, now you're saying palace, like the castle. So like, let me think. Police.
Lease.
So the ending sounds like L-E-E-S-E. Lease. Police.
Police.
But
That's better.
But not Polish. Huh?
Yeah, but take the long O out. Yeah, it's not police. It's
Police.
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 What was the matter with the police?
That's
Police,
better.
like in French, Professor Brahim, in French.
Police. In French, it's police.
In
Police
French, you
or
say-
police? Police.
Oh, so in French you say police.
Yes, police. The
Oh,
police.
And
that's why.
Teacher Johnny in
Mhm.
Hindi and Urdu and Bengali, we also call the same word as a part of our own word, but it's an English word, police. We call it simply
Police.
police. Call the police.
Call the police. Call the police. So everyone knows that. So if I go somewhere and say, call the police, everyone knows, right? Police, police. Yeah. Oh, I just lost, where did I? There we go. I lost you guys for a second. I think that, okay, you need to scroll. The rest of it was pretty good. There was just a couple of words you added, but the storyline was good. Just remember your TH is the,
The man come
the.
quickly after him. The man come quickly after him.
Came.
There,
Came. Ah, yes,
came.
it's in the past. The man came quickly after him.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. Yep. Began to walk away. I think you just said began to talk away by accident. Began to walk away.
But
You might
Teacher
want to.
Johnny, when you pronounce quickly, this began to walk away seems to be began to talk away. Honestly, I
I know
I,
you.
I heard it from many learners because maybe
Oh, really?
they jumble the words. Maybe when they're trying to speak
Yes.
quickly. You know,
Yes.
Is-
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like you mix up a letter. I do it too. Even, native speakers do it all the time. So I think he did fine. Yeah, he did great. And then, and I really liked how you made your questions sound like questions. You used your voice for the intonation. So I thought you
high
did very
five
well.
for
Yeah,
both
high
of
five
them.
for
Thank
both
you,
of you.
teacher.
Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else, Teacher Johnny?
I can't remember right now. There was something else, but I can't remember. But overall, I thought it was much better than the last time I was in class.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they've really improved a lot, both of
Yeah.
them, Driven
Mhm.
and Professor Ibrahim.
Yes.
Felicitation, congratulations, and high five one more time.
Yeah.
Now, Flourish, you have to prove that you have become better reader today.
All
She
right,
is.
Flourish.
Flourish, let's
I
start
don't
from
know
here.
if I'm improving. Okay.
Please start from here. Of course, it's my umbrella.
Of course.
Yeah, start from here, please.
Of course. It's my umbrella, Sophie said. The policeman looked at him, and the umbrella man walked away. The policeman went to help a beautiful young girl to cross the road. Sophie was really angry now. He threw the umbrella away and said many bad things about policemen. Just because he wanted to go to prison,
Go on.
they didn't want to send him there. He could do nothing wrong. He began to walk back to Madison Square and home, his seat. But on a quiet corner, Sophie suddenly stopped. Here in the middle of the city was a beautiful old church. Through one purple window, he could see a soft light and sweet music was coming from inside the church. The moon was high in the sky and everything was quiet. For a few seconds, it was like a country church, and Sophie remembered other happier days. He thought of the days when he had a mother and friends and beautiful things in his life. Then he thought about his life now, the empty days, the dead plans. And then a wonderful thing happened. Sophie decided to change his life and be a new man. Tomorrow, he said to himself, I'll go into town and find work. My life
Right.
will be good again.
Yes, Teacher Johnny.
Oh, no. I just wasn't sure for if she was stopping or no, I think she's doing really good. You take the time as well to stop and to make a point to read it and make what I like about how all of you are doing today is you're stopping at your periods and your commas, and because many English learners just keep reading. Yeah, high five, because you make the story interesting when you do that. All three of you are doing a great job reading and making the story sound interesting, not just reading words. And so high five for that. And then the only thing that, and it could be just an accent thing, the TH sound, like for the word there, seems to be the hardest thing. But where are you from, Flourish?
She
I'm
was
from the Philippines, teacher.
From the Philippines? Yeah. So there, if you try to do the th first instead of saying there, it sounds more like a hard T right now. You just want to take the TH blend and do there,
There.
there. Yeah,
There. There.
that's better. Yeah, there versus there. It's like every once in a while I hear that hard T and TH together will make the blend. There. Yeah, much better. Good. But yeah, other than that, I think you are doing a great job. So
high five.
Teacher.
yeah, high five for
Thank you,
you.
teacher.
Congratulations, Flourish.
Yeah,
To
congratulations.
all of
Good job.
us.
To all of you,
Thank you.
including
To all of
me,
us.
including me.
including teacher
Yeah,
RahatAli's.
including teacher
First of
Rahat.
all, first of all,
Okay, my life will be begun. I think there are a few more lines by the teacher Johnny. Draven has collected another tiny story. Possibly, if you have time, we can start that one. I think few more lines to finish. So, Draven, would you like to finish these few lines? Then maybe we
yeah,
can.
My
of
life will be
course.
good.
Tomorrow, he said to himself.
Tomorrow he said to himself, I'll go into town and find work. My life will be good again. I'll be somebody important. Everything will be different. I'll. Soapy felt a hand on his arm. He jumped and looked around quickly into the face of a policeman. What are you doing here? Asked the policeman. Nothing, Soapy answered. Then come with me, the policeman said. 3 months in prison, they told Soapy the next. Happy end.
But teacher Johnny, this is the last line which I was a bit confused.
I was too. I was very confused by this last line because it's not written correctly. Do you think, Rahit?
It is not. It is vague, unclear, honestly.
Yeah, it's like so I think if you took out the word the, I think whoever wrote the story on the website added the word the by accident. So 3 months in prison, they told Soapy next. So if you took out the, it makes more sense. Because I'm like, they told Soapy the next one. They told Soapy
The next day.
the next day.
Is it next day?
Possibly.
But they have him now. They said, then come with me, the policeman said. 3 months in prison, they told Soapy next. So if you just take out the word the, it makes so much more sense.
Yes. So let us take it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's what they said next. First they said, come with me. 3 months in prison, they told Soapy next. So,
Right.
so now he's going to prison finally.
Okay. Now I have a question for all of these three except you, teacher Johnny. Drive and I will answer at the last. What was the reason why Soapy was sent to the prison? Professor Brahim, for what crime?
For I think he tried 3 plans, and any of them didn't work. At the end, he wants to when he saw people from the church, and he decided to be a good man. Now, the the distance or the distance of him wants him to return to the bad to the now we saw two ways, bad ways and wrong ways. He decides to go into good way, but unfortunately they put them into prison to return back to his old method of Unfortunately, I don't understand why they put them in the prison. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess that when he decide to be a good man, do his destiny or his what is destiny is from French. I don't know if it is in English.
Destiny, you mean?
Destiny, yes, destiny. His destiny,
Destiny.
uh,
Destiny.
his destiny decide otherwise. He wants to be a good man, but his destiny is in the prison.
Okay. Uh, Flourish, what's your opinion? Why he was caught by the police?
Um, in my opinion, teacher, before he made a lot of violations previously, just like especially when he broke the window, he went to the restaurant for eating. There's a lot, all of those previous uh, actions that he did. He must commit. He must be put in jail before because of those violations he did. But then they didn't able. They didn't like to put him into prison because of his mental disability. But now that the policemen have finally found out that he's already in good health, he have his mental ability, he's already in good condition because he's no longer that kind. He doesn't have that kind of mental. Before it seems like he has mental disability. I think there's another
Crazy.
term, but now
Yes.
insane or yeah, and but now that he's in good condition, so he needs to reap what he did. Just like the violations, he need to pay for it. He need to pay the penalty of 3 months in prison of what of all those violations before. So I think that was my opinion, teacher.
I,
It seems logic. The answer of Flourish, it seems logic because in the beginning they thought he is crazy, he's a foolish man,
Yeah.
and they don't put him in the prison. But now, when he went to the church and he decided to be a good man, the police thinks that he needs to be in the prison to pay for what he did in the past.
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe.
Let, that's great, both of you. Let us listen to Driver now.
Do you really want me to answer?
Yes, teacher Johnny insists is that you answer it.
Yes.
Okay. My opinion is a little bit different. And I like this story because of many reasons. It's how to say. Everyone has their own opinion about this situation. It's time to fantasy. You can imagine many things. I can tell you my version. May I?
Sure,
Yes.
For me,
we
yeah,
like
for
to
me
listen
it
it.
looks like a little miracle for Sophie. He was next to the church, and the angels said to the policeman, "Put him in the prison. It would be better for him."
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, because in real life, it's too difficult to change the way what you are living. And for him, that was just a dream to change his life. It would be difficult. That's just my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah, I
Can I
think
add
those are all
something?
good.
Can I add something, teacher Rahat?
sure. Go ahead, please. Mhm.
Okay, from the beginning, when Swapi wants something, the destiny uh, decide the opposite. He wants to
Yeah.
go to the prison, and the police didn't catch him to put him into prison. At the end, he wants to be a good, and the police wants to put him in. It means a drama. Here we see a drama, and the it will be a nice film or a movie if because at each situation the destiny decides the opposite if what he wants.
All right, Teacher Johnny, what's your
Mhm.
opinion, briefly, please?
Oh, what's my opinion?
Yes.
I like with Rahim, which it was like everything happened opposite. Like whatever he wanted, he was getting the opposite from what was happening. But I found Drivener, how he explained it, was very interesting. That's just a different way to think about it. So I don't know. I think my first thought was everything that he wants going is opposite of he's getting the opposite of anything he wants. That's my first thought. Like every time he wants to,
Teacher
yeah.
Rahat and Teacher Johnny, can I say one more point?
Sure, go ahead, please.
Because it's my favorite story. It's really interesting for me. Sophie wasn't a bad man.
Right.
His life just was broken.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Right.
remembered better days, and he tried to do something not serious.
Right.
Just
It was not a bad crime. It was
he
not.
wasn't going to kill somebody or to do something serious. He just wanted to make himself more comfortable in the
Mhm.
prison.
Right.
And
And
yeah.
that's why I like your point, Dreibner. That's why I like your perspective on it. Because he wasn't necessarily a bad man. He just wanted a warm place to stay. And then at the end, he tried all these ways for him to get into jail by and then when he was in front of the church, whether he decided to be good or not, he was in front of a church. And when he's like, okay, I'm here, now what? And then policemen are like, hey, it's time to go to prison. You know, so he's just kind of journeying through the city and ends up in front of the church. So, I mean, it's really interesting to hear everyone's different points of views and what they think. It makes for good discussion, even if we don't all agree. It's all good discussion. So, and then Flourish's point was, well, he did all these bad things. They thought he was crazy before, but now he didn't show he was crazy, so he needs to pay. So,
That's
like all good different points in how we perceive the story. So
that's right.
yeah,
And Professor Brahim used the word destiny, and
destiny.
yeah, destiny made him go back to the prison. Which is kind of another way of reflection of Drivener's statement,
Yeah.
Mhm.
passive way, I mean to say, because Drivener explained on the religious perspective, whereas Professor Brahim explained in a different perspective, though not that much related to the religious perspective, but indirectly we call sometimes what is loaded cannot be blotted. Teacher Johnny, you know this proverb, yeah? What
What
is
is it?
what is loaded cannot be blotted. I'm writing it.
Okay, I'm like I don't. What is logic cannot be
What is loaded?
lotted.
Blotted. I'm writing it. Cannot be blotted.
Are you writing it on the document? Oh, there it is.
I'm writing on the
What's
comments.
What does that mean?
It means what is in your destiny, it will happen today or tomorrow. Regardless, you try to avoid it,
Oh,
escape it, you can't escape it. If
okay.
if you know the movie, the Final Destination, Teacher Johnny, yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
they try to avoid the death, but death didn't let them go.
He keeps following them to
That's
Final Destination
to,
2
to,
and
to the
3
final.
and 4.
So
And after a while, you stop watching because they all are going to die.
it's an
Yeah.
interesting movie, though. So all the
Yeah.
explanation, like Floris,
Mhm.
Drivena, Professor Ibrahim, and yours are really amazing. But I think one thing very surprising, honestly, Teacher Johnny, the last line, it happened opposite again. He wanted to be a good man. He remembered his better days. He had mother, all these happier days, and suddenly he felt someone is, put
Which-
arm. Yeah, so he was sent back to the prison. Yeah, small stories are like this, never ending.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, that's really cool. So, Drivener has got another tiny story. We have got 12 minutes, though. Let us try to read as much as possible. So, all of the three will be reading. It's not not that much big. So, Drivener, would you like to start reading first? Oh, we can't hear you.
One moment. Can you hear
No.
me now?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. Okay. This old lady handed her bank card to the teller and said, I would like to withdraw $10. The teller told her, for withdrawals less than $100, please use the ATM. The old lady wanted to know why. The teller returned her bank card and irritably, I don't know this word,
Irritably.
irritably, and irritably told her, these are the rules. Please leave if there is no further matter. There is a line of customers behind you. The old lady remained silent for a few seconds and handed her card back to the teller and said, please help me withdraw all the money I have. The teller was astonished when she checked the account balance. She nodded her head, leaned down, and respectfully told her, you have 300,000 in your account, but the bank doesn't have that much cash currently. Could you make an appointment and come back again tomorrow?
Okay. Can you stop it here? Because it's a very tiny story.
Yeah.
So let them read. Teacher Johnny, you can give the feedback later. Professor Ibrahim, from here, the old lady.
The old lady then asked how much she could withdraw immediately. The teller told her any amount up to $3,000.
Sorry.
Well, please let me have $30,000 now. The teller kindly handed to $3,000 very friendly and with a smile to her. The old lady put $10 in her purse and asked the teller to deposit two 2,990 back into her account.
Okay. That's
It's
really
amazing.
interesting.
Yes.
All right. Flourish, would you like to read this part? Then we will go back up again.
Okay. The moral of this story is don't be difficult with old people. They spent a lifetime learning the skill.
Okay.
Yes. Old
Okay.
people are wise.
Yeah,
Yes, we figure it out. That's exactly what I would do.
they are wise. They are
I have been known to do stuff like that.
smart.
Fine.
All right. Flourish, can you please read these two paragraphs again? The first two paragraphs,
For
please.
this old lady.
Yeah.
This old lady handed her bank card to the teller and said, I would like to withdraw $10. The teller told her, for withdrawals less than $100, please use the ATM.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Teacher Johnny, what's your feedback? Because we have got only 9 minutes. So
Okay. Okay, let me see. Can I read it?
please, yeah.
Okay, so you can listen to how I read it. I think sometimes it helps. This old lady handed her bank card. Wait, it's so small. This old lady handed her bank card to the teller and said, "I would like to withdraw $10." The teller told her, "For withdrawals less than $100, please use the ATM." The old lady wanted to know why. The teller returned her bank card and irritably told her, "These are the rules. Please leave if there is no further matter. There is a line of customers behind you." The old lady remained silent for a few seconds and handed her card back to the teller and said, "Please help me withdraw all the money I have." The teller was astonished. When she checked the account balance, she nodded. Wait, you're scrolling. Wait.
Sorry.
She nodded her head, leaned down respectfully, told her, "You have $300,000 in your account, but the bank doesn't have that much cash currently. Could you make an appointment and come back again tomorrow?" The old lady then asked how she could withdraw immediately. The teller told her any amount up to $3,000. "Well, please let me have $3,000 now." The teller kindly handed $3,000 very friendly and with a smile to her. The old lady put $10 in her purse and asked the teller to deposit $2,990 back into her account.
Wow.
That is the funny part.
That's such a great line. I love that part. The moral of this story is, don't be difficult with old people. They spent a lifetime learning the skill or this skill. The skill. Yeah. So I think the numbers were just hard. It was like, and if you should say dollars or dollar. So all of it was more than one. So you would say dollars with an S. Three would be the 3,000 or 300,000. You would want to make sure you say the three versus tree. You don't want to sound like it's a tree and you're, a tree in the yard. It's more like three. Yeah.
Okay, so would you like to practice this sound, please, Professor Brahim, Driven, and Flourish? Three.
Tree.
Three.
Tree in the garden and 3,000.
There's 3,000 trees in the forest. Try that sentence. There is
3,000 trees in the forest.
Better, because I can hear all your thuds in there. Yeah, so there are. Yeah, so there are, because there's more than one. So there are 3,000 trees in the forest. Yeah, like that. There are three.
There,
yeah.
May I?
Go ahead,
try?
Jordan. Yes.
There are 3,000 trees in the forest.
Good.
Flourish.
There are 3,000 trees in the forest.
Good. I could hear the different T sounds and blends much better that time.
I've got a question for you, Teacher Johnny. How did you count there are 3,000 trees in the forest?
I guessed. I don't know.
All right. Is there any new word, Driven or Professor Brahim or Flourish, in this paragraph, tiny paragraph, like irritably, astonished?
Irritably.
Irritably. Do you know what irritably means?
Yes.
I don't.
Irritated.
Angry.
Angry. Yeah, angrily. Like
Annoyed.
Annoyed's probably closer. Yeah, irritable means you're annoyed. You're not happy with what anybody says. You're cranky. Cranky is easily irritated. So returned her bank card irritably, like he didn't want to be bothered by her because all she wanted was $10. So he was like, don't bother me with this, acting like that irritably.
And there is a line of people behind you.
Yeah, there's a line of customers behind you. Yes. I was very irritable at the store today. Yeah. because the teller, the person who was supposed to be helping me, kept helping other people. Every time a new person walked up, like, I'm the customer here already.
Mhm.
I was very irritable. So I was irritable today. Yes. I was easily annoyed by what was happening.
But
This is,
do you know what is irritable bowel syndrome?
yes.
Would you like to explain it to them, Teacher John?
You want me to explain that? No. You explain it. You are the one who brought it up.
All right.
Are you going to explain it?
No, it will take time. Okay, let's move on. We don't have only 2 minutes, few seconds.
Ah, sometimes
It's
the more I
like a
became
disease.
curious.
It's like a
The
disease.
meaning.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm writing it. Maybe you can have a look, all of you. Homework, irritable IBS. We call it short and form.
Called IBS in short. Yeah, I, B as in boy, S. If the doctor was here, he would be able to explain it probably pretty well.
Yeah, but he's gone on an emergency call.
Yeah.
Dr. Mash.
Yeah. So I'm like, irritable bowel, it means your bowel is irritated, right? It's angry. But if you look it up, it's a disease that some people have. It's, or not, I don't know if it's a disease, but it's like, it's very painful for some people.
That's right. And in the UK television, they advertise almost every day. Irritable bowel syndrome, use Dulcolax laxative.
Oh, you're thinking of that because of the commercial.
Yes. All
The
right.
commercial.
So well done, everyone. Really, and Teacher Johnny, I'm happy to get you back, and Flourish, Dravina, and Professor Brahim. And also, last week there is another guy joined. He didn't join yesterday and today. The new guy from Africa. I'm going to send him a message to find out. Maybe he's not well. Okay.
Maybe, teacher Rahat, he possibly doesn't know about Hallo. Maybe he thought that that was a payment for just one lesson.
Okay. I need to talk to him then. I need to call him and explain.
It's the game from Sudan.
That's right. Okay. By the way, Teacher Johnny and everyone, I've got another teacher interview after 2 hours. If you're free, please do join me again. Teacher.
Dr. Mash is back, but I think there is no time, Dr. Mash.
Yes, we have got
Unfortunately.
few seconds. So thank you very much for coming back, Dr. Mash. I hope to see you soon. And thank you very much, Teacher Johnny and everyone. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you when I see you.
Thank you.
Okay.
When I see you.
Thank you so
see you
much,
when I see
teacher.
See you around.
Thank you, everyone. See
you.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bad timing.